I'd like to welcome all of you. My name is William Faucette. I'm a Grand President here with World Global Network. Let me start that again because, as usual, I forgot to start the recording. So rewind. I'd like to welcome you all. My name is William Faucette. I'm a Grand President here with World Global Network. Very excited. And let me start that one more time. I apologize, guys. Great things happening here with the company. And all day I was rehearsing, calling the company by the appropriate name. And sure enough, I get started and completely forget. So imagine that you now just checked in to hear me start our presentation by saying this. Good evening. I'd like to welcome all of you to tonight's presentation. My name's William Faucette. I'm a Grand President here with Vyvo, and it's in a very exciting time in our company. You were invited here this evening by someone who believes that you could benefit from the business opportunity that we offer. And so over the next 35 or 40 minutes, I'm going to be sharing information on that business opportunity and the exciting enhancements that we have recently announced. But as I go through this information, I'd like you to consider your goals and dreams. You see, Vyvo is simply a vehicle to help you get from where you are to where you want to go. And I believe it's the greatest vehicle that I'll see. Now, to give you a little background on myself, I'm based here in Rochester, New York. I've done a number of things over my career, including being fairly high up in government as well as in the nonprofit center and sector, I should say. And for 27 years, some of that part-time, the last 17 full-time, I've been in the direct selling industry. And I've been everything from a struggling representative to a top earner in the field, to a corporate executive, and ultimately to an owner and the CEO of a company that we built to more than $100 million in sales. And I'm convinced that this is the greatest industry in the world. And the reason I say that is because it's the only industry where increasing your standard of living doesn't require you to decrease your quality of life. And that is so powerful that you can have time and money together. It's been a true blessing to me and to literally millions of people around the world. And when you speak specifically about Vyvo to tens of thousands globally, we'll talk about that as we go forward. But I was connected with this company a few years ago. I actually had stepped back from my last company, sold my ownership, stepped down as CEO, and I was looking for my next project, expected to stay on the management side of the industry. And then I was asked to take a look at Vyvo. I went out and looked in February of 2017, was blown away, chose to get started. I did so in March, and over the last almost 2 years, it's been an unbelievable ride. But as I've said, and perhaps as the person who invited you here told you, there are some very unique things happening with our company, which make 2019, in my opinion, the biggest and best year in our company's history. I think we'll say that looking back. I think it will be the year that the company went well on its way to become a billion-dollar company plus. So again, as I go through this information, think about how it could fit into your life and perhaps how you could use it to make your goals a reality. So let me share my screen and get right into this information. I'm living proof you don't have to be high tech to be high check. Okay, so what we're sharing here with Vyvo is a business presentation. And the first thing the company wants you to know through this income disclosure statement is that your success or lack thereof will largely depend upon you. The time, effort, and energy you put into the business will be directly proportional to the results that you get from it. You can see that we have a link on this slide if you would like to see our full income disclosure statement. But suffice it to say that while your results will depend upon your efforts, we do have a step-by-step system that I myself and literally thousands of others across the globe have used to create success. And we'll talk about that as we go forward here this evening. But the key thing, this is a business, and in order to benefit from it, you need to know why you're doing it. Now, I suggested earlier that one of the great benefits of Vyvo is the ability to have time and money together. But every business solves a problem. And if you look at the problem that Vyvo solves, all of us as individuals who are alive now face a unique challenge. And it's one that, if you're like me, I'm sure you hate to hear about. And that is that our life expectancy is likely to be greater than that of our children. And the culprit to that is typically disease. In fact, as you see here in the United States alone, almost 1 in 3 people suffer from some kind of chronic illness. Now, that's ironic in an age of technology. You know, we've used technology to enhance our lives tremendously. We don't have phones anymore. We have smartphones. Televisions have become smart TVs. We even have a smart car, but it's ironic because we've not used that technological focus to enhance the most important area of our lives, and that is our health. That is until now, because that is the Vyvo mission. Our focus is on health management through technology, and specifically using technology to help people live healthier and wealthier. And let me give you a perspective on just how we're able to do that.
You are in front of an idea that became a powerhouse of wearable technology. We rose from the creation of a revolutionary smart band concept that evolved into over 10 innovative products. This company began in the USA and in a mere 7 years expanded to 12 countries, reaching around 1 million customers worldwide. Together, we received countless industry awards, and we did all this while giving back to you and our communities. We thrived while others struggled. We reached over 600 million in cumulative sales in just 5 years. Imagine if you could have joined this company before it took off and became the heart of an industry. Imagine benefiting from the many successes we achieved, being awarded and recognized for your passion and strength. What if we told you that you don't have to imagine anymore? You can live ahead of the future with us. Today, we are entering the next level with our demonstrated track record. We are unleashing a new standard of success and innovation with the launch of our new brand, Vyvo, combining the power of our cutting-edge wearable technology with advanced genomics, artificial intelligence, and our Vyvo Extends non-invasive sugar trend measuring device. We are unveiling breakthrough proprietary technologies that are exclusively available only to our distributors, into an industry excitedly awaiting this unique moment in time, a moment that will not happen again. You have the chance of joining the evolution of an established world-class company. You can enjoy the benefits of being a first mover, first to have access and offer these technologies, an opportunity that is only open to a fortunate few until April 15th. Whether you just got started, or a seasoned pro, or someone that is coming back to the industry, you have access to the rise of Vyvo, with all the logistics and a proven record of our company to support you. Your moment has arrived. Our Vyvo's forecast is looking bright and shiny. The conditions of the market are ready for us to explode into success beyond what we thought was possible. Wellness, wearable tech, advanced genomic solutions, and anti-aging have finally become a $1 trillion space with sustainable long-term growth. Moreover, direct sales, a centennial industry, is now also stronger than ever, with 50% of people working a side job by 2020. With our innovative e-commerce and social media, these strategies allow us to break through the clutter and noise to reach our customers while improving their life quality. This is our moment. Join us by April 15th and become a part of this new era. The moment for a ripe and plentiful harvest of triumphs this year, with a fresh new brand, passionate leadership guided by the unmatched expertise of industry icon Fabio Galdi. You are in the perfect place at the perfect time. With Vyvo, we are the future of this industry. You are watching this because of a friend, associate, family member perhaps, someone who sees the potential in you and recognizes the magnitude of this opportunity and wishes to share in the benefits with you. They would like to welcome you into our Vyvo family. Live the exciting times we are entering with a fresh new brand. Please reach out to the person that shared this with you and get the information you need to make a great decision. Join our family and become part of the future. Our time is now.
Well, I think that video is outstanding to give you a true sense of our excitement. As indicated, we have new products, new technology, new branding, and that presents a very, very unique opportunity for you. So, summarizing our competitive advantage and our focus, we started in wearable technology. As you heard, we have cutting edge technology in the wearable area, but we've expanded beyond that now, and we do DNA analysis. We'll talk a little bit about that. Both of those then are utilized by artificial intelligence. Now, if you're like me until recently, the only thing that you heard about artificial intelligence is that it might end up destroying the world, right? Killer robots that, like in the Terminator, end up causing problems. But the fact is that AI can be utilized to enhance people's lives. And we've got patented AI technology that ultimately, by taking what we learn from genetic analysis and then informing it with real-time data from our wearable technology, we can actually propose individualized solutions for people. This is our Vyvo Smart System. It goes well beyond just wearable tech. And those solutions that we are proposing will start with nutrition. We have a personalized nutrition concept called the NutriPack. We'll talk about that in a moment. But we will expand beyond that to anti-aging, a huge industry now, skin health and care, and then ultimately even the blockchain, cryptocurrency, and big data. So if we look at the industries that we've targeted, we have one product concept, one suite of products, again, real-time data and DNA analysis utilized by artificial intelligence to present customized solution, $4.5 trillion in terms of the markets that we've targeted through that concept. And I'm sure you'll agree with me, it doesn't take a whole lot of more than $4 trillion to be a whole lot of opportunity for Vyvo and potentially significant benefit for you and I as well. So let's look at each of those areas, starting with our wearable technology. This is our third generation wearable band. It's called the Hilo LX Plus. You can see I'm wearing it, and it goes far beyond what you're used to in wearable tech. It doesn't just count calories or give you your heart rate or steps. It does those things, of course, but it goes beyond it to breath rate, mood, your energy levels. It can do UV protection, your blood oxygen level. We even can do your blood pressure and an EKG, and we can also measure those vitals and others in other people through our Guardian function. Now, this has state-of-the-art sensors, clinical grade sensors, and it's built on a platform that allows third-party developers to design apps for it. Now, that's the same way that Apple, through its iPhone, and Google, through its Android platform, came to dominate the smartphone market. We believe we'll do the same in the wearable market. This is an award-winning product. It's been ranked the best product in direct selling, featured on local, regional, and national news stories, including the Today Show. It was a featured product at the Consumer Electronics Show the last 2 years. Unfortunately, it's no longer available. And while you wonder what in the world is this guy talking about, I'm very pleased to introduce our 4th generation band. It's called the Vyvo BioSense band. It has everything that I've just described and more: longer battery life, more storage capabilities. It is very sleek and thin. It's about a third of the size of our prior bands. And so as great as that technology is, this is a significant enhancement. It comes because of a partnership that Vyvo struck with a company called Foxconn, which is one of, if not the largest technology manufacturing company in the world. Its clients are a virtual who's who in technology, and they typically do not do deals with companies the size of Vyvo, emerging, fast-growing, but still smaller companies. But they made an exception in this case, my understanding is, because of the power of our technology. So this product will be available in the next couple of months. It's very, very exciting. But we have another product that is also cutting edge that recently has been released, and that is revolutionary in its concept. That product is called the Vyvo Extends, and Extends is the first non-invasive sugar trend monitoring platform in the world, at least that we're aware of. So we've talked about technology and the fact that everything is becoming advanced technologically and smart, yet state-of-the-art, if you need to measure your blood sugar level, is to take one of these, which is a glucose meter, and take some strips that are basically bands of paper and put them in it, and then prick your finger with one of these and actually literally draw blood and put it on that piece of paper, and then you get a number. And anyone who has ever either had to monitor their sugar levels or knows someone who does it, that's just what's been the process literally for decades until now. We are revolutionizing this process. We came out with our Extends. It is a real product. We came out with it about a month ago. It started shipping. And just a week ago, we released the software that controls it. I've been using it for the last 6 days. I can tell you that pricking your fingers with one of these is not fun. We do that to calibrate it. But the power of this product is that it can accurately give those who need to monitor sugar levels a sense of where they are, and through that then reduce or potentially in the future eliminate the regular need to monitor sugar levels. So with this product, as that stretches your vision, we can create very unique marketing messages like this one. Not much more needs to be said when someone sees that. It truly conveys the difference that our product can make. And I can tell you from my own experience, I've been using it, as I said, for about 6 days. Your question may be, well, what kind of result can it show? Here is a side-by-side comparison. I simply took a picture of the reading that this traditional glucose meter gave me, and then you see on the left side of your screen the measurement that the app for the Vyvo Extends took. They're 2 minutes apart, one at 5:17, one at 5:19, and the traditional measure was 99. The Extends was 95. Now, both products are required to be within 20% of the actual reading. So the fact that they are less than 5% apart certainly suggests to me that the extends after just 6 days is already very accurate and will only improve, because this product is state of the art. So the fact that we are here already is extremely exciting. It's creating a tremendous buzz, and it is one of the reasons why I believe that this year will be so big for us. So we talked about our wearable technology, and now let's talk a little bit about the DNA analysis. DNA analysis is becoming more popular. Typically, people are doing it to find out where they came from. However, there are a small number of companies that are taking it beyond that, and Vyvo is certainly one of them. We test in 2 areas. The first is drug sensitivity. We want people to know what drugs may cause a problem for their body. I'll give you a simple example. We had a gentleman, story I heard, who has diabetes, and he assumed that the way he felt was simply a symptom of his illness, yet he took a drug sensitivity test and found that it was actually a side effect of the medication that had been prescribed to control his illness. Ultimately, he took the results to his doctor. His doctor changed the medication, and he described the difference in the way he felt as life-changing. So that certainly is one major area. The other one is even potentially more impactful, and that is in health and wellness. So for all of you who believe that you exercise, you try to eat right, you get a proper amount of sleep, you try to reduce your stress, and you still do not see the results that you want in terms of the way you look and feel, that is probably because you have a solution that is generic. It's designed for everyone. One size does not fit all, because all of us are different in terms of how we should exercise, what we should eat, what kinds of supplements we should take. And our health and wellness testing gives you guidance in all of those areas. You get a 20-plus page report that goes over the foods you should eat, specifically how you should exercise. Maybe lifting weights is better for you than doing cardio, the kinds of vitamins that you may need to look out for. It's interesting. My test showed that I'm vitamin D deficient, which I had actually found from blood testing in the past. So that was very impressive to me. So this can give you a wealth of information, even apart from the other tools we talked about. But when we bring all this together, we're able to present customized solutions. And as I mentioned, our first is in nutrition, and it's called the NutriPack. Now, the NutriPack is state-of-the-art, cutting edge. It's plant-based. There are more than 100 different nutrients that can comprise the NutriPack. Gluten-free, it's vegan, it's all organic. So it truly is the cream of the crop in terms of supplements. But for me, the biggest part of the NutriPack is the fact that it is customizable, not just one time, meaning that I take a DNA test and based upon that, I get a supplement program. Again, there are a small number of companies that are doing that. They typically charge significantly more than Vyvo does. But here's the thing they're not able to do. They're not able to take data from a device like this or a device like this, and based upon that data, change the supplementation program. We can do that with Vyvo, with Vyvo Smart, and with our NutriPack. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say that my wearable device determines that there's a change in my sleep patterns. It reports that into the artificial intelligence. All this is done through an extremely secure process that meets all regulatory requirements relative to medical data. It's also done anonymously. But the bottom line is the artificial intelligence will interpret the change in sleep patterns as a lack of sleep. And so what's it going to do the next month? It is going to change my NutriPack to give me something that will help me sleep. That's just one example. And the powerful thing for me is it doesn't matter if it's month 1 or month 101, that customization can happen. So this is an evergreen process. It's continuously evolving. And just like the wearable technology I talked about being one of a kind, this is as well. I've never heard of a company being able to do this. This is a significant part of our competitive advantage, and all of this is backed up by a very, very significant company. Vyvo was founded in 2011. It's worldwide in scope, operates in more than 190 countries. I've been blessed to build an international marketing team working out of the comfort of my own home over the last 2 years. And the process that we're able to use to do that is unprecedented in almost 30 years in the industry. I've never seen anything like it. But all of this, if you look at the accolades our companies receive, a couple we've talked about already. I want to highlight just a few. We've received quite a bit of attention in the media, but we've done almost $600 million in sales in our history. That's very significant. We're one of the largest direct selling companies in the world. We've also had the #1 product ranked in the direct selling industry. And all of this is the brainchild of our chief executive, Fabio Galdi. Now, I mentioned getting started with Vyvo in 2017. It was actually March, but I got started because in February, I met with Fabio Galdi, and I met with him as a colleague. He was CEO of Vyvo. I had just left being CEO of a competitor in the industry, a company that was about the same size as Vyvo at the time. And I was asked to sit down with Fabio, went out a little bit skeptically, and I was blown away. And not skeptically because of anything I'd heard, but because I was on a different path. I really was just being polite to the person who asked me to listen. But the reason I was blown away is twofold. The first is that I saw that Fabio has very, very significant vision. And I won't follow anyone who doesn't have vision, but vision is necessary, but not sufficient, particularly when you're talking about technology. See, you need to add something to the vision. And in this case, it was Fabio's expertise. Fabio is not just a business person, he's a scientist. He actually invented our wearable technology. And so I believe that he would keep us positioned on the cutting edge. And certainly he has. I mentioned I'm wearing our 3rd generation band. I just showed you that we've introduced or announced our 4th generation band. We introduced the Vyvo Extends and the Vyvo Smart concept. So Fabio has proven that he can keep us positioned in front of trends in health and wellness, in technology, in the spaces that we're targeting, and that represents very, very significant opportunity for you and I. So speaking about opportunity, you may wonder, well, why haven't I heard of anything about this company? I've never seen any ads, and that's because we don't advertise. We use the best form of advertising, that is word of mouth. We'll always believe something from someone we know before we'll believe it because we saw it on television. And so this customer referral model represents an opportunity for you, because as I'm going through this information, you may be thinking, well, this really could be the vehicle that this gentleman described that it is. It could help me make my goals a reality. And if you're thinking that now, I want to give you a sense of how you can get started with us. It's very, very simple to become affiliated with our company, either as a customer or as a customer referrer. If you choose to operate a business that is driven by the Vyvo products, very straightforward. You fill out an application, and then you're able to purchase and refer others to products. And so if we look at that first, starting with customers, our business is driven on customers. A customer can choose to get our Vyvo Smart Kit. Now, the Smart Kit includes all of the technology, the monitoring technology of our wearable devices. I'll talk about that in a moment. But you also get that customizable NutriPack, and you get a swab kit that will allow you to send in to have your DNA tested if you also choose to purchase our DNA test. So you can see this is $120, ongoing, $99 a month, fully customized, nothing like it in our industry. The focus, again, is helping our customers to optimize their health. But for those of you who are interested in building a business, in the least in referring other customers, you can add a few things to what you just seen. Again, we have the Vyvo Smart Kit, but we also add to this not only the DNA collection kit, meaning the way that you actually take your DNA sample, but we also add the DNA health and wellness test. I talked about that earlier, give you the ability to become optimal in your exercise, in your supplementation, in your nutrition, and in your sleep. That's all included in this package. We also include a significant discount on that BioSense band. It's about a $200 discount. When that becomes available over the next couple of months, those who purchase this Vyvo Smart Kit will be able to get the BioSense band for just $50. So it's over $250 in discounts. And again, this is the minimum place that I recommend that those who are interested in building a business with us start. And we have one more program. It's for those who are truly focused on building a business and in pursuing their financial goals and dreams. Again, it includes everything we just talked about, a little bit more in the sense that you don't just get one of those smart DNA kits. You actually get two plus a third for you. So everything we just described, you're going to get two of those that you can give or sell to someone else. And then in your case, you're not just going to get 1 month of the NutriPack included in your package and all of the monitoring of our wearable technology. You're actually going to get 3 months included. So your savings here is almost $800. And the person who referred you out will be able to provide a little bit more detail on this should you need it. Just understand that when you're starting a business, you, number one, probably want to have a little inventory on hand. This allows you to do that. It also allows you to be a product of the product. And you also probably have loved ones that you have an interest in protecting with our wearable technology and also with that NutriPack. And this package, again, will allow you to provide those benefits to your family as well. Now, when we look at then how we do the monitoring with our wearable technology, there are a couple of options. We have our Smart Life Lite solution that gives you the ability to get unlimited data reports from the wearable technology. So once you get that BioSense band, you'll get unlimited data. You can both monitor the vitals in others and have them monitor yours for up to 20 people. You can see we're not interested in providing a little for a lot. It's the exact opposite. This program's only $10. Our Smart Life loyalty program adds more capacity in terms of your level of reports, the number of people that can be notified if there's any kind of issue, and also the number of folks that you can monitor. And with the loyalty program, you get, as it suggests in the name, our loyalty program. And the loyalty program is like a preferred customer program. You can actually get rewards for every month that you're on this program. Ultimately, they can allow you to get Vyvo products at little to no cost. So for example, you could get one of our wearable technology bands at no cost, potentially our Vyvo Extends down the road, or a NutriPack. All of that is included in the loyalty program in the sense that you can use it to purchase products. But the solution that I recommend is the Smart Life Pro. This is the one that's included in the packages that we've just discussed. It includes everything that we've already talked about, the monitoring at the highest capacity, the real-time data report. So if you go to see a medical professional, you're not just sitting there, as I often do with white coat syndrome. I never knew a name for it. I would just get nervous when I went to the doctor. My blood pressure and heart rate would spike, and they wouldn't know what to tell me based upon what those one point in time measurements showed them. Now I can go and I can provide them several weeks of detail that will show them exactly where I am from a health standpoint. The Pro package includes all of that. It includes the loyalty program, but it also includes that NutriPack. So the fully customized solution in nutrition is included at no additional cost with the Smart Life Pro. This is why I recommend it for both customers and for our business partners. And speaking of business partners, obviously any business is going to have a compensation program or plan. As I said, I've been in the industry for 28 years now. I've not seen a compensation plan that is as rewarding as that of Vyvo. And so let's look at the highlights of the plan. Here are 5 ways that we can earn. Now, the first is if you're someone who says, you know, I just want to get started, I want to earn commissions when I refer others. So we talked about a product suite that just the ones we've highlighted, there are others as well, but the ones we've highlighted were between $120 and $1,500. Well, the retail income stream, when you refer someone who purchases one of those products, you're going to get 10% of their retail spend. So that is a nice part-time income stream. And then as you begin referring people who choose to build a business like you can also earn income for supporting them. You can earn a number of bonuses for helping them get initial success. And then ultimately, over time, the biggest program in this area we have is called the check match, where you can earn up to 10% of the largest income stream of the business partners you have, potentially over 10 generations or levels of business partners. So this can be a very significant income stream as well. And then our third, the rewards you get for building a business that ultimately can become large and very lucrative. This is potentially our biggest income stream. It's called Team Volume Commission. Simply put, it allows you to earn 20% of all the sales volume on the smaller of the 2 organizations that we build here in Vyvo. So again, this can be a very significant income stream. And the bottom line is, as you get started, first you're earning retail, then you're earning the support for as your team begins to grow, and ultimately you can work your way to earning a nice part-time income or beyond from this business building income stream. And it goes on then to give you the potential to earn benefits. As you advance in our career path, you can earn travel, jewelry, and even a car allowance on a monthly basis as you advance. And then finally, all of our business partners in Vyvo have the opportunity to receive profit sharing. So you can get an additional 1% of all the sales volume that is generated by the smaller team in your organization on an annual basis. So again, this represents a very, very large and potentially lucrative compensation plan with multiple income streams. And just to give you a simple example, I know I say simple and then I can turn to the slide with numbers that are all over it. I just want to highlight a few though. This demonstrates to you the potential on an upfront and a residual basis. Now, if you're not familiar with residual income, the easiest way to understand it is that it is the ability to get paid over and over for doing something once. I used to say the best example of residual I ever heard was Elvis Presley. The fact that his heirs are continuing to earn decades after he's been gone. And I say I used to say because last year I heard something that blew me away, and that is that Michael Jackson's heirs earned over $400 million last year. He's been gone for probably almost a decade, but every time one of his songs plays or something with his likeness is sold, they get paid. That's the power of residual. That is one of the biggest highlights here in Vyvo. And so to give you a sense of this example, let's say you get started, we build our business on twos. To hit your first promotion, you just need 2 people and that you've referred who would like to have, be, or do more. And let's say they do the same thing. Those 2 refer to, and it takes a couple of months to get this started. And then each month, the folks that have been referred refer others. Now, it's not going to happen this way in the real world. This is just an example for illustration purposes, but many of those you refer won't do anything. However, some of them will be balanced out by people like me. In my career in this industry, I've literally referred thousands of people personally. And so you may have folks like me in your sales organization, but let's say in this example, it takes you a year and you build a team with a few thousand representatives. You can see there, month 12, 4,096 people. I just want to highlight one example of what that can produce. If you look at the lower right, you see circled in green the residual income that can produce on a monthly basis, and that is just from that Vyvo Smart Life Pro subscription. So that is extremely powerful. It gives you a sense of the potential, and maybe all of that wouldn't happen for you, but let's say 10% of it happens in a year, or even 1% of it. What could you do to a few to several $100s on a monthly basis in additional income? And is it worth putting some effort in over time with our help to make that a reality? If so, then I encourage you to get started. You heard in the video that we're in our founders phase. Vyvo is a new brand, as I said, new products, and we're giving you a new and limited opportunity to earn more income. So the only thing you need to understand from this is that by getting started and getting some initial success now, you can actually earn a greater percentage of commission on that largest income stream that we talked about earlier. The person who invited you or their mentor can explain that to you. It's not something you need to be all that concerned about, because our process will help you to achieve the goal that makes this a reality. We have a deadline of April 15th, so there certainly is some time, but you want to move to action now. And this returns us to where we started. We started with you and your goals. I know that names are running through your mind, and if you see an opportunity to make your goals a reality, I encourage you to get started. You see, your job is not to sell or convince. We don't do that in Vyvo. Your job is not even to present to those people you're thinking about. Your job is simply to refer them to the information. Think about how much work the person who invited you here tonight is doing. With one exception, the person I invited, the person who invited you here is not doing any work, at least that you can see. Inside, they're pulling for me to finish strong, so you'll be impressed. But in all seriousness, you can leverage my expertise. There are many others as good or even better than me in our company who are experts as well, and they will certainly help you every step of the way. We'll present the information, answer any questions. We'll help your new business partner enroll, and we'll teach them to do the same thing that you're doing. And through that process, ultimately, we're building you a business that can help you achieve your goals. That is certainly a better proposition, getting started now, than waiting, having us get to your people, but not through you, and then having them bring you the Vyvo opportunity. So in summary, the time is now, as you heard in the video. I encourage you to get back to the person who invited you here. They will share with you what to do next. I'd like to leave you with a thought that comes from a wise young man, my 10-year-old son. He said this when he was 7. We were out having ice cream one summer day, and I could see that he was lost in thought. I asked him what he was thinking about, and he said at 7 years old, he was thinking about the car that he was going to get when he was older. And that's not all that unusual. So I asked him, oh, what kind of car? Well, he went on for several minutes describing this vehicle in detail. It was a Porsche Panamera. He described the color. He described the interior. He described the options. He finished that, and then he went on to talking about the house that he was going to own in similar detail. Then when he finished that, with all of us sitting there kind of amused, he went on to describe the woman that he was going to marry. And finally, his 19-year-old brother had had enough. He stopped him and he said, why are you thinking about this? You're only 7. And my son Daniel looked back at him and he said, because in order to have a life, you need to plan a life. And so I would say to you, in order to make those goals and dreams that you have and probably have had for some time, in order to make them a reality, you need to do something. You need to have a plan. You need to have a vehicle. I believe that Vyvo is that vehicle. It can help you get where you want to go. And ultimately, it can put you in the position, like I am, to look back on today, the day you were introduced to this Vyvo opportunity, as one of the best days of your life, and certainly one of the best financial decisions you've ever made. So with that, we repeat this presentation several times a week. I'd like to see you back on a future presentation, not as a guest, but as a representative with guests of your own. That's going to conclude tonight's presentation. Again, my name is William Faucette, Grand President here with Vyvo. Good night and God bless.